Hello developers, welcome to Elixir Pro. In this video I'm gonna teach you how to create a perfect pipeline CI for Elixir using GithubActions. So the first thing is I have a project here, this is working, but also I'm gonna start creating this pipeline. So to start this, the first thing that you should have in your mind is you have to create a folder, and this folder is going to be something like GitHub workflows. Also, we're gonna start with a CI EML. So let's start creating this file. So we're gonna learn some things about the pipelines and some dependencies that I really like and enjoy doing this. So the first thing is the name of our pipeline, and the name should be something like CI. And in this case where I have in the push, and every time when you push some commits, we're gonna run this pipeline. And other thing, it's going to be some things like a job. In this case, we're gonna start with the format and validate the format of our code. So we're create a check format, which is we're gonna use in the run ons, which is Ubuntu, can be the latest. In this case, the steps that we're gonna have is using the actions, so which is like checkout at v2. Other things that we're going to use is a setup for Elixir. So the setup is going to be something like OTP version, very similar with the video that I recorded using the Travis. So the OTP is going to be the 23. Elixir version should be, see my Elixir version, the 1.10.4. So in this case I'm gonna refactor here, moving to Elixir 1.10. I think it's okay with its work. Sorry, this is going to be actions. Setup Elixir at v1. Okay, we're creating ones. So the first things that we should have, it's a cache. So for creating a cache, the most important, it's because in Elixir sometimes it spend a lot of time compiling some fields, some values. So in this case, we're gonna create a caching using actions at cache at v2. The env should be like a cache name, cache Elixir steps. Also, we're gonna pass in some other information, which is a path. And the path, we're gonna pass in depths, which is all dependencies. Also, we're gonna pass in the builds, which is this folder too. Build. Okay, so we are creating this one. So let's create some other configs, which is the key. The key should be something like runner.os build. This is very annoying to config. Also, we're gonna pass in hash files. I'm gonna stop my screen. So hash files should be something like mixed block. seems to be okay. So in this case, this one should be here. Also, we're gonna create the restore keys, which is pipe 2, and we're gonna use the runner.os build and cache name. So the same things that we can duplicate these lines, we're gonna use in the build here, but without the caching name, just runner OS, and also this information too. Let's see what's happening here. We're gonna having some messages, error messages when we create the path. So with path expected a string path seems to be working here. Let's see, let's comment this part of code. Incorrect, because they were expecting a string. So if it's working, the problem is here. Okay, so let's uncomment and moving to this level, and seems to be okay. Now let's create some other informations about our pipeline, which is going to be the level with uses. Let's see. This level in this case is going to be the name. Can be some fetch steps. Also, we are going to execute, do just the mix steps.get. Also, the name is going to be something like check format. Run, we're gonna use the mix format check formatted. So seems to be okay right now, the first job that we're going to execute. So cross your fingers, start check format, and let's execute our first pipeline CI. So now you can see that our pipeline is started working. So you can see the name here, and every time when you push your code, the pipeline is going to be executed. So let's see what's happening. So you can see that we're having this job, which is a check format. And in this case, it's running and set up Elixir. Probably this is going to be spend a lot of time, and you can see that our pipeline is not working because probably if I execute the format here, our code was not formatted. So let's create another commit with a format code and git push. So let's see our last commit, which is a format code. Let's understand what's happening. Also, because we created a cache, it's going to be faster than the last one every time. This is really awesome. So let's see that we're having the fat dependencies, and this is where it's checking our code. Let's see what's happening with the format. Probably it's working now. We don't have format is okay, but also it was created a cache. So Now, if you want, you can execute this pipeline with all other commands that we can do using some other commands like credo and sobelo. But in this case, I'm gonna create other jobs to execute and parallel sequences. So this is going to be easier now. We just need to copy, paste, and let's create the next validation, which is linked. The name linked, run on Ubuntu latest, using all these configurations. Also, we just need to create other command here. So now we are having the linked and check format. In this case, it's going to be something like credo validations using credo -- strict. So let's put the dependencies to credo. In this case, it's going to be easy. You can go to the credo GitHub to pick this command too. Mixed.apps.get. Also, I have a configuration that every time I'm using to validate my projects in Elixir. So probably the next time I'm gonna explain more about the credo, but in this case, I just created a field file here using .credo.exs. So in this case, is a default. The strict is true, color true, and about module doc, this is bothering me sometimes because sometimes I don't need to explain about the modules. The max line length is 120, and other ones here you can, it's working a lot to me, so I like this. So now let's execute the credo, the strict, the same on of our pipeline. Probably we're gonna wait for a little time, so it's better I commit this file, these updates, and also we can validate some other things in our pipeline. Okay, git status, start credo validate. So it's okay. Let's see here in our pipeline. Now we can see that we're having start credo validate, but also you can see that we have two jobs. The first one is check format. It's running independently of linked. It's good because sometimes you can put some other validation which spend a lot of time. So in this case, we're having the linked here, which is validating some informations. Also, credo we spend a long time, so let's start creating other validation, which I like a lot. This is the sobelo. So for starting this, to start this, we can put the sobelo as a dependency. So you just need to go to mix exs, and in this case it's sobelo. Okay, so let's start configuring sobelo. Let's go back to our CI. Just copy this information. I like to separate for Elixir jobs. We can put like a security, and in this case we're gonna execute in sobelo security Okay, deps.get every time. So okay, you can put some other validation, which is going to be a below security, and I just need to execute mix below dash dash config. So in this case, why we are using dash dash config? Because I have other configurations for below, and I'm gonna copy paste the file and give you a simple explanation. This is validations for below. It's to ignore some validations like HTTPS and cross and CSP. So for me, this is not important. So I put these configurations, okay? So we are having this information for our pipeline. Also, you can just now it's copy paste because it's easier. And you can commit and see what's happening with our pipeline below config. So now you can see that Credo validation is not working. Probably we are having some things to update in our code. But also we can see that every time our pipeline is breaking, and now you can see that we're having the below and security validations. Probably it's going to be okay because in this case we're preparing for that. But also we have to configure the links here. So I think we can do one more thing, which is the coveralls. This is to me very important every time you have a good coverage to your code. So let's do this. Passing the X coveralls. Just let's fix this. So in this case, it's in channel, which we're not using a lot of things like this. I'm gonna create this one like an alias. Also, we can delete both of them. In channel connection is the same problem, so alias, I'm sorry. Okay, connection case and data case the same. Okay, so let's execute again Credo. Also install new dependencies. No more consecutive blanks. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. So let's commit this and put the information about Credo fix or something like this. Git push. Okay. So now we created coveralls. In this case, we can start creating our pipeline, and after I'm gonna explain some things. Let's see. Okay, probably it's going to spend a long time, but this is okay. Okay, we can do this. So in this case, is the tests. So let's go to our pipeline CI, and in this case, we're gonna copy and paste again. Which is the, let's see, unsolvable config, I guess. Yeah. So let's create other job. The job is for the tests. In this case, run. Okay, just test. And in this case, we're gonna execute in mix deps.get. Also, after this, we're gonna execute in the coveralls. So the name is going to be something like tests mix coveralls.json. This is the command. Also, we are gonna configure the code cov. So we're gonna use other dependencies, which is use code cov action at v1 use with token. And also we have to configure this token, which is a secret. So I'm gonna explain to you this code cov token. And also we're gonna put some other dependencies, services. The service is going to be in the same level of steps. So in this case, is this one. Services, which is going to be the Postgres image. I like to use the Postgres, the version 12. Ports is going to be the default, which is 5432. Also the env should be Postgres password. Is going to understand more about Docker to understand what we are going to configure this. The password is going to be Postgres. And in this case, options, we're gonna pass in some of them, which is health. CMGPG is ready. Health interval 10 seconds. Health timeout 5 seconds. Health he tries 5. I think this is enough to run these configurations. Also, let's start creating other configs here. Now we are having the xcoveralls, but we need to do some other configurations to coveralls. So in this case, after deps, we're gonna pass in the test coverage, which is a tool. In this case, is xcoveralls preferred client, which is a list of configurations. When in this case is a keyword list. Cover else test. Also we can duplicate these informations because we're gonna do other configurations like coveralls.details, coveralls.post, coveralls at JSON, also coveralls HTML. Every time it's testing, so in this case I'm gonna put comments. So I think this is going to be enough. In this case, we're gonna, if we are using the, in this case, we're using the code cov, the best things that you should do is creating this token and put this information as a secret, so you can open a new terminal and go to the code cov.io. log in with your GitHub. And in this case, we're having some projects here. But in this case, we're using the project pipeline, not pipeline, but blog. So you just need to put the new project here. So this is the token, this is the environment variables. You can go to your project in settings, secrets. Also, we can create a new secret, which is a code copy token. Copy the token. After again, you just need to put this information here. So in this case, we're having the pipeline not working. Let's see what's happening here. So the format. So let's format our code. Let's start our pipeline CI using tests. But also let's start using the covers. I like this command a lot because we can see some reports. I thought it's in pipeline CI with Travis. Sometimes you can decide about which is the better for you. For in this case, just to spend less time, I'm gonna create other file. And this file is going to be some things to our configurations in pipeline. The file is going to be the cover of JSON. And you can put some information about the pipeline and some validations. In this case, I have some JSONs, JSON config done. Let's put here. So hold on for a second. So in this case, we are having some skip files that you can put here. Other things is the coverage options. Also, you can start if it's a new project. I strongly recommend you to put a low coverage, but every time increase this. Okay, so let's see some files that we are not validating. So I'm gonna do this with empty information. Coveralls configs again. So it's going to spend a long time. Let's see our pipeline again. Coveralls config. This is going to be validating some information about our branch. You can see this one too in pull request if you want. You can create some pull requests. And in this case, it's going to be something like a GithubActions to the main branch. So in this case, the test is not working. This is okay because we're having 41% coverage and a lot of tests not passing. So in this case, you can fix your tests and fix your pipeline. And now you can see that you have some validations, which is very important for every time for your code. So hope you enjoyed this video and give us your like and see you the next video. Bye bye.